Hey, Survivor fans, this is Chad with your another episode review of One World, episode 5, and once again I apologize for being late with crazy work schedule and St. Patty's and all that going on, plus I was hosting the One World episode 5 chat in a Survivor Facebook group, so that night with all that, I just figured, and I had to work early next day, so I figured, hey, I might as well stretch the review a little bit, and something else happened this episode that highly pissed me off, so I figured I'd let my blood boil just a little bit, and so here it is. And the other thing that I want to get out of the way, as you notice, I got another buff from Buff Incorporated. I want to thank you guys for sending me this. I'm getting quite the collection now. I got 4 of them, 3 from last season and 1 from this season, and I'm still going to try to get a Manano buff somehow, even if I have to order it or whatever, but I'm getting quite the buff collection. It's kind of cool. I'm starting to tack them on my wall and stuff. But that's the other thing. All right, let's get down to the review. As usual, they review the last episode and the crazy. Well, they did cut out the crazy tribal talk, which is good because that I'm with most of America. That was like the most disgusting, appalling thing I've ever seen on Survivor. But on to that, they start off with Solani and the girls. They go off to say the men are a mess, which I agree, but in a minute it won't matter because they start to go to the immunity challenge, and the major news here is they do a tribe switch. So it's no more men versus women, and I want to get your guys' opinion on this. I kind of didn't agree with the tribe switch this early in the game, and the way it played out, the tribe switch one tribe ended up being really stacked, and the other one ended up being weak. So I think they should just kept the way it was going. Like I kind of like the men versus women deal, but I want to get your opinions on that. I kind of wish they stayed it the way it was, but they switched it up. So they go into the reward challenge, and the reward is peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with coffee and creamer, sugar, and all that deal. But the other reward is the losing tribe can go back to the One World beach where the shelter's already built and all that, but the losing tribe has to go to another separate part of the beach where they have to start all over. So now, not only did they switch tribes, but the whole One World concept is officially done. So that I didn't agree with either. I wish they would just stayed the way it was, but they had to switch it. I want to get your guys' opinion on it. So, but on the other tribe switch, Solani ended up being really stacked, and the Manano got some of the weaker players. So, to me, it was a very unfair tribe switch. And plus, my favorite got stuck with Colton. I hated that immensely. Because anybody getting stuck with Colton is not good. I don't like Colton. More reasons to hate Colton, I'll explain later. So anyways, Solani ends up winning the challenge, and so they go back to the One World beach. So where everything's already prepped, the shelter's built, and all that good stuff. And Colton dumb comment number 1 out of 3,000 that he made tonight. He compared the 2 new tribes to Greek gods to peasants, and the dude is so annoying. I mean, he's probably the most annoying and disrespectful player I've ever seen, and I've seen some pretty bad ones, but that guy tops the cake. And I saw a website that rates him as the most scumbag reality TV star, and I had to agree with that totally. And it's. Oh man, I don't understand why he's not gone from the game. I know he has the idol, but somebody should have flushed it by now. Anyways, and then Colton's a liar. He's on the new beach. He's manipulating everybody, saying, "Oh, I'm on their side," and he's just manipulating everybody, thinking that he's on their side, which we all know he's not. But going back to Solani caught another chicken, and the other big thing that happened here, and I'm kind of glad this happened. Kim finds the idol, and then she tells Chelsea, which I think is a good move. I think Chelsea is a pretty good player. Seems like she's a pretty decent person, so So I think that was a good move on Kim's part. So we'll see what happens. So back at the Monano tribe, Elise and Colton make a very deadly alliance, and they from then on there, it's kind of, that this is when the episode started to endure me a little bit. They target Monica, and obviously Monica's my favorite. She's awesome. She's awesome to talk to on Facebook and Twitter and all that. But yeah, they start to target Monica because she says they think she's such a big threat, and she has too many friends on the other tribe and all. I'm like, so they go into the immunity challenge, and it's basically a basketball water game, but it's a physical one where the first tribe to score 3 wins the immunity, and it was a pretty good challenge. Jace, I'm just going to run down who scored. It was very physical for the most part. Some of it was just not physical, but most of it was. Jace scored for Solani. Mike also scored for Solani. Monica scored the only point for Monano, and Mike scores again for Solani. So Solani wins the immunity challenge. And again, when they go back to camp, Monica or Alicia and Colton, they start targeting Monica for what reason I do not know. She scored the only basket, and Jonas is now in on it, which I don't agree with. He says I'll follow Colton even though if he could take me one step closer to win the $1 million, which I think is dumb because anybody that follows Colton is not a good strategy at all. Because obviously from this point out, we could see that Colton is definitely distrustful, disloyal, and all other names I don't want to mention right here. But so we go into tribal council, and there's a couple things here. Tarzan, oh man, his speech at tribal council, it was very hard for me to understand. And I don't understand why he has such an issue remembering his tribe mates' names. I mean, the dude, I don't know what's wrong with him, but dude is out there. So that's, and then Monica got voted out due to Colton's manipulative blindside. And I have a friend on Twitter named Rob's the Boo Buster, and he is like, well, I want to get your opinion on Colton's strategy, his good strategy. Well, I will say this, it's not good strategy at all, especially what happened with last tribal council, with how he roasted Bill, which was very unclassy. It was not called for. And then tonight, he arguably blindsided the strongest member of his tribe, so I don't think that's real good strategy. And I'm hoping all this comes back to get Colton in the butt. It's called karma, and I hope karma receives his due. Before I get into that, I was really sad to see Monica go, and it was just heartbreaking. I wish she would have went into the end, but I literally almost threw my beer at the TV set. I was like, that couldn't have happened. I was pissed. But anyways, that's my views on all of that. There is a preview of next week's episode, and it looks like somebody does get evacuated from the island again. Not good. I don't like to see particularly anybody get hurt and get evac'd. But yeah, we already had an evac this season, and it's just not looking good. And I want to mention something else. I do have to work late that night. I won't get home till after 10, so it'll probably be the next day after I get to catch the episode on CBS.com. So I will have my review sooner this time, unless I have a hectic work schedule week that week. But I always do get them out to you guys like I promised. I don't forget about you guys. So that being that, that's all I have. Peace. Till next time.